you'd say Houston is ahead because they're ahead in practically every category. First downs, total yardage, passing, time of possession. But right now, Oakland enjoys a 3-point lead.
And Tony Fritz will kick off for the Oilers. Christensen and Moody are deep, and Keith Moody is on the return to the 20 to 25. Hit at the 38, comes down at the 42, and it was Tim Smith who made the tackle.
Big hole there on that occasion, and excellent field position for the Oakland Raiders coming into the second half.
That Oakland offense with Jim Plunkett at quarterback. Kenny King and Mark Van Eegen, the running backs. Cliff Branch and Bob Chandler, the wide receivers. Raymond Chester, the tight end. That offensive line, Art Shell, Gene Upshaw, Dave Dalby, Mickey Marvin, and Henry Lawrence. 42-yard line, first down, Oakland, their own territory. Mark Van Eegen gets the call. He goes to the 46. Gain of 4. It'll be second down 6. Robert Brazil makes the tackle. Defensively for Houston, they open with Mike Stinsrud, Ken Kennard, and Elvin Bethea as the starting front three. Ted Washington, Darrell Hunt, Greg Bingham, and Robert Brazil are the linebackers. J.C. Wilson, Vernon Perry, Mike Reinfeld, and Greg Stemrick in the secondary. Second down and 6. Kenny King. Gain of 3 to the 49. It'll be third down and 3, a very conservative opening.
Well, I think that they want to establish the running game to keep their defense off the field, because I know what's going to happen when Houston gets that football. They're going to put Mr. Earl Campbell to work. But if they can move that ball and get some more points right now, particularly in the first drive. At halftime they come in, you come out of the second half, they're all pumped up, they're fired up, the adrenaline is going. And if for Oakland, if they can take some of the starts out of Houston right now, it'll be to their advantage.
Well, bobble on the exchange from the center. Kenny King gets the call. He does not pick up any yardage. It will be fourth down, and Oakland will be kicking.
On that last play, Bingham, number 54, the linebacker, really put a shot on him, but he wasn't able to wrap him. Here it is, 54, the leading tackler for Houston. Avoids all the blocking, makes the hit, but does not make the stop. But fortunately, when you talk about gang tackling, there are 3 other men around there. Number 50, Darrell Hunt, is the man who really put the stopper on King.
Ray Guy has been averaging 52.4 yards.
He has been booming.
He is giving a punting exhibition. And he does it again. And goes to the far side. Then it takes a kick-back bounce. And will be down inside the 10.
He kicked that ball end over end, and it still traveled about 50 yards in the air. And for Houston, unfortunately, it hit that turf down there, and that's the difference between the regular turf and synthetic turf. Synthetic turf, generally when the ball hits, it's going to bounce forward. Here it dug into that turf down there, came up a big break for the Oakland Raiders because they've got them backed up now about the 9-yard line. I expect to put Earl Campbell to work now.
He is there. Earl Campbell, Tim Wilson, the running back, Stabler, the quarterback. Now remember, over most of the second quarter, that Campbell was not in that offensive set, so he is well rested. He has 5 quick yards to the 14. It'll be second down 5. John Matuzak and Ted Hendricks with the tackle.
On first down, you take a look at the linebacking core. They're up there tight. You can see 55 is Matt Millen up there. They're looking for the run on first down. They know they've got to stop it. Even though they're in the linebacking position, they're playing run first. They're bunching up there, hoping to stop Earl Campbell on first down to put Stabler in a passing situation on second down.
That was the 18th carry for Campbell. He has 67 yards. This is 19th carry. And he has 1 more yard, and that is it. He runs into a mountain at the 15. Bob Nelson was there.
And they stuffed him on that play. You're taking a look at the left side of that offensive line. Conway Heyman, who is in there replacing Angelo Fields, number 77, the big man. We do not expect to see Angelo Fields back in the ball game this afternoon.
Angelo Fields out with a sprained knee in the first half. He will not return. Wilson and Campbell come out. Carpenter and Johnson come into the offense. Third down and 4. This is a passing offense. Lots of pressure. Knocked away. Barber, the intended receiver. Otis McKinney, the 5th man in the secondary, went up over the top and knocked it down.
And that time Barber should have really raced back toward the football because he gave McKinney an opportunity to knock it away. The ball was up a little high, and the reason for that is because there was a lot of pressure being put on Kenny Stabler, and he's falling back. He had to get rid of the ball. As you can see, Willie Jones, number 90, coming in there, putting the hit on. But right there, up over top, getting a hand on the ball, knocking away from Mike Barber.
So Cliff Parsley will be kicking. Keith Mooney at the Oakland 40-yard line. Raiders will have good field position. Takes it at the 46 to the 50. A flag went down at the 48-yard line. The punt covered 39 yards. The return 7. But this will go against the Oakland Raiders. So their field position will be wiped out by the penalty flag.
Number 35 is Dwayne Osteen, is pleading his case out there. And Hollywood Henderson is out there also. It might have been on him. One thing you can't do, you're going to get an excellent field position even if you don't return it any yards. You're going to be one thing you do not want to do is have a penalty for clipping. If there's any doubt, don't throw the block. Now look where the ball is now. It's back there on what, 33 yards.
Personal foul, clipping on the run back, number 35.
You're right on Dwayne Osteen, number 35. We've got a timeout, and we have 11:29 left to go. We're in the 3rd quarter, the wild card game, and Oakland with the football. They lead for station identification. This is the NBC television network.
This is KCRA-TV, Channel 3, Sacramento.
This is Jones, Lindop, and we have 11:29 left to go. We are in the 3rd quarter of the wild card game, and Oakland leads 10-7. Plunkett has completed 5 of 14 for 70 yards. One touchdown, he's had an interception. He goes to the air. Slides as he sets up, drills this one, almost intercepted. Greg Bingham had a great defensive play. He was going to Cliff Branch. Had a hand on it, just couldn't pull it in. Tripled off of it.
I'll tell you, Plunkett did not see Bingham on that play. He saw Branch wide open, number 21. Cliff Branch is going down. He's going to turn back to the inside on a turn pattern or a curl pattern, back to the inside, looking for the open area. And he thought he had it. He was getting ready to catch it. It was low. And Bingham came in and made an excellent play right there. Almost came up with the interception. You would think, you know, here's the linebackers, their hands are all battered up because of the tackling.
The second sack for the Houston Oilers, and a flag is down.
Elvin Buffet shot in there, didn't he?
Did he get a running start?
I don't know.
But they had 2 sacks during the regular season. It is against the Oakland Raiders.
Well, they're holding. They didn't do a very good job of holding because they were on Plunkett. He didn't have a chance whatsoever to get rid of that football.
It'll be refused.
Holding, offense, number 78, refused. 3rd down.
Holding on Art Shell. Back at the 24.
Here it is. Plunkett going back. He's looking. He knows that he has protection to the other side over there, so he's not looking over there. And it's just a great move on Elvin Buffet beating Shell.
3rd down and 19.
Additional back in for Houston. Hardwick is in the ball game.
It's in the air. Incomplete. Chester, the intended receiver.
That was Wilson that had the last shot. J.C. Wilson, the cornerback, had the last shot at that ball.
Boy, the ball was in the air for a long time, too.
Ooh, it was up, way up in the air, too. He really fired this ball because you're going to take a look. That he steps and really unloads that ball. It bounces way up in the air. I don't know whether it was Bingham's head or who, but no one knew where the ball was.
Ray Guy will now kick. Carl Roaches is set for the return. Not that good a kick for Guy. But he gets the roll. 26-yard line. Slipping 2 tackles. Flag goes down. There may be a face mask off.
Well, I know his head jerked back in a hurry.
Derek Ramsey was there. The punt covered 50 yards, and the way Guy has been kicking, it's not that good a kick. The return 7.
Horse Bradshaw, number 81. Remember, remember he left the ball game in the first half because of a shoulder problem or an elbow problem, but that's right here, the grab around the face mask.
It is either 5 yards or 15. Normally it's 5. It's 15 if you grab it, jerk it, and turn the head. And it's a judgment call. Ray Guy now has punted 7 times in the game, averaging 50.6. Here's the call on the play.
On the run back, a face mask by the kicking team on the tackle, first down.
So Houston goes to work on their own 37-yard line, but before they do, we'll take a timeout. 10 minutes and 57 seconds left to go. Quarter number 3. We'll be back in a... They've defensed Campbell very well. Now, what is Houston going to do?
They're going to have to establish Earl Campbell. They're going to have to do that, whether they do it by running him or perhaps the snake coming up on first down and putting the ball in the air to loosen up those linebackers, because the linebackers are really uptight to that line of scrimmage, looking for the run all the way.
Houston, their own 37-yard line, play action on first down. Has pressure, slips the pressure. In the coverage, it's caught, 24-yard line. Lester Hayes had the coverage on Mike Renfro. 39 yards. That is Renfro's second reception of the ball game. Remember the first one? Sideline pass into the first half.
He was not looking for Renfro. He was looking the other way. Plenty of time. Good pass protection by that line. He avoids a move right here. A lot of other quarterbacks were taken off and run because there was nobody in front of him. But he drilled that ball, and Renfro came up with a big catch, something that they have needed. Now they're in excellent field position, and they put Earl Campbell to work. There it is. Renfro, 82, wide receiver. Good coverage by Lester Hayes. He threw the ball away from Lester Hayes.
Earl Campbell batters his way to the 18-yard line. He has 6 yards when anybody else would have had 3.
Battered is right, because that is sheer strength of Earl Campbell banging up in the middle of that line.
Matuzak and Martin stopped him.
Conway Heyman blocking on Browning, number 83. He gets his body in front of Browning, away from the ball carry, and that's a good block. He didn't have much leg drive, though, and it's probably because of the back injuries that he's had.
2nd and 4. Campbell, first down. Earl going to the 13-yard line. He picks up 5 yards and the first down.
And they're going to that left side. They've got Conway Heyman, number 70 over there, that's playing in place of Fields, who is out, will not see any action because of a knee injury in the first half. Number 34, Earl Campbell, straight ahead blocking, just looking for a standoff block up there, and he had a good block by Bob Young, 63, the offensive guard. Earl Campbell doesn't need a whole lot of room. You give him a little bit, he's going to make some good yardage.
Millen and Nelson on the tackle. It's a first down at the 13-yard line of Oakland. Campbell will get a yard to the 12. It'll be 2nd down 9. Reggie Kinlaw and Dave Browning stop him after 1.
Here we're taking a look at Conway Heyman once again. They're looking, it's a draw play. He's hoping to entice that defensive end Browning to go to the outside, but he made a good play. He was not going to go that way, and he tried to leg whip at the last moment, but wasn't to no avail. They made the tackle, only picked up a couple of yards.
Earl Campbell very slow getting up, but Earl is always very slow getting up.
Yeah, Bump says he's slow going down, too.
Intercepted in the end zone. And now to the 1-yard line. The man in the secondary for the Oakland Raiders is Lester Hayes. Listen to the crowd.
Here it is. Stabler going back to pass. He fires this ball and it ricochets. When it ricochets down there, generally there's a defensive man to make a play, and it does. Lester Hayes, 37, the man that's been making the interceptions all year, comes up with a big play, stops a scoring drive by Houston. We'll be back in a moment.
When you're searching around for investment ideas, it's easy to lose your bearings. What appears to be a profitable trend can be here today and gone tomorrow. But even when there seems to be no place to turn, Merrill Lynch has an uncanny ability for matching your goals with fertile investment advice that makes us what we are. Merrill Lynch, a breed apart.
Ring in the holidays. Ring out the year. Sparkling with Andre. Love and good cheer. Take Andre home for the holidays. Andre for the holidays.
What's a celebration without Andre Champagne to lend sparkle and elegance to your good times? Greet the season and your friends with the best. Andre.
For the holidays and all year long.
The leading interceptor in the National Football League this year. Is he ever happy? Lester Hayes. All right. Oakland now at their own 1-yard line. They go with 2 tight ends. Mark Van Egan. 5-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 6. If you look at Lester Hayes, you were talking about during the commercial, he has more stickum on his hand and his elbow pads. I don't think you can pry a football away from him.
Well, he has a lot on, and Oakland is famous for that. I remember Fred Biletnikoff used to hate it because they'd have all that glue on their hands, and it makes it tough in gripping and throwing the football for the quarterback.
Lester just missing tying the record during the regular season. Flags are down. Plunkett is down. Ken Kennard may have gotten an early start, or it may have been drawn off. Let's see.
He definitely got an early start. Now, I don't know whether anybody drew him off sides or not, but he didn't go half speed when he did it. He was going full speed.
71, defense, encroachment.
That will take the ball out to the 10.
And that is a big, big play.
He's 2nd and 1 rather than 2nd and 6.
You betcha. That makes a big difference. Now they've got 2 downs to pick up that 1st down.
2nd down.
Just under 7.5 minutes left to go in quarter number 3. Oakland with the football, and they lead 10-7. First down, Oakland. Mark Van Egan gets it.
It's almost like a wedge play for the Oakland Raiders. They're blocking straight ahead. Blocking straight ahead, giving the ball to the big fullback. Here from behind the quarterback in the back, straight ahead. He's looking for a hole. He finds it. Now the head goes down. The legs keep driving. He's just looking to pick up a couple of yards in the 1st down, maintaining possession of this football for the Oakland Raiders.
Andy Doors with the tackle. Oakland with the football. Their own 14-yard line. 1st down. Listen to the crowd. Kenny King. King to the 19. He has 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Elvin Bethea stopped him there.
The quickness of Kenny King made that 5 yards because he was out there in a hurry. Also, Big Art Shell, the offensive left tackle, number 78, was out providing a block. We have somebody down.
And it is Ken Kennard, the middle guard, number 71. This has been a tough, physical football game. 6 minutes and 34 seconds left in the 3rd. We've got an injury timeout. Oakland has the football, and they have the lead, and we'll be back in just a moment to wild card action.
Hey, Tommy, you just get in?
Yeah.
And you switched to Natural Light.
Nah, it's always been my favorite. Natural Light.
This is Angelo Fields, the rookie, at 6'6", around 350 pounds, starting left tackle. Injured in the 1st half with a sprained knee. 2nd and 5, Oakland, their own 19-yard line. Van Egan. On his determination alone, he got 3 yards to the 22, so it'll be 3rd down and a pair. Robert Brazil was trying to bring him down.
There's nothing mysterious about what Oakland is trying to do, Charlie. It's just straight ahead. Almost missing the handoff here. Plunkett to Van Egan. But it's just straight ahead power. That's all it is. Oakland's been doing this for years to their offensive left side behind Big Art Shell and Gene Upshaw. They're looking to maintain possession of this football.
Van Egan has 31 yards rushing. Kenny King has 23 yards rushing. That's a total of 54 for Oakland. Earl Campbell has 82 of Houston's 90 yards rushing.
Oh, big quick.
Kenny King.
Quickness and speed. No substitute for it.
First down. The talk before the ball game, of course, was the fact that Stabler, Casper, and Tatum played with the Oakland Raiders. Well, Kenny King started with the Houston Oilers. As a rookie last year, their number 3 draft choice, he was a fullback. That meant that he played behind Earl Campbell. He had a total of 9 yards rushing. Oakland traded for him. They made him a halfback. Play action. Plunkett misses Chester.
Chester had good coverage by Hunt on him, but I think he was initially looking to try to go deep to Cliff Branch, who was running a deep pattern. But he was well covered in the secondary.
Plunkett has not had that successful an afternoon when you look at the statistics, but he can go deep and he can hurt you in a hurry.
Well, yes, he can. We saw that in the first half. He threw the ball about, I don't know, 65 or 70 yards in the air.
About 3 times.
When you have a burner like Brandt, that puts a lot of pressure on that secondary.
And also a burner like King swinging out of as a running back. 2nd and 10 on the draw. This is Derek Jensen.
Andrew, nice play by the big defensive lineman on that draw play. They've been talking about Mike Stensrud. Houston really feels that he has really come into his own this year and doing an outstanding job. This is a draw play, hoping to catch them coming, but number 67 has that quickness. Gets a hold of Jensen, throws him down. Now it's 3rd and 10 situation, Charlie. And Plunkett's going to have to once again go back and put the ball up in the air.
The Oilers going with 4 down linemen. Hartwig is in, 5 men in the secondary.
For Oakland, 3 wide receivers. They take Raymond Chester out.
They bring Bradshaw in. It's Morris Bradshaw. 3rd down and 10. And the pass is underthrown to Branch.
Branch was open, Charlie. And the pressure was the reason that he wasn't able to get that football to him. Houston put the pressure up front where he couldn't see that well. He knew he had to get rid of the football. As you can see that Jim Plunkett is not too happy with that last play. Here it is. This is what a quarterback is looking at. Coming back in the pocket. Now straight up in his face, you're going to see some of the defensive linemen. There it is. Up in the air is number 52, Robert Brazil, and that impairs the quarterback's vision, and he threw a poor pass to Branch. Had he been able to see Branch all the way and had an alley to throw in, he'd have been able to get the ball to him.
And time again, Ray Guy has punted the ball. And he alone, and he does it again, he alone has kept the Oilers with their backs to their own goal line. Roach is on the return. He's in big trouble at the 15. A punt of 56 yards and a flag comes down. Derek Ramsey with the tackle. Ray Guy has had an afternoon.
Not only does he kick the ball far, but today, more importantly, according to the coaches, he got that great height. So it gives the team, the kicking team, an opportunity to get down under that ball.
Clipping against Houston.
I saw Boobie Clark. It looked like he clipped, and it was really unnecessary if it's the one that, at least from the angle that I'm looking at. When you start going sideways when you're returning that ball, that's giving that team that's kicking it an opportunity to get down under it.
Personal foul, clipping on the run back, number 50. First down.
That's accusing.
It was on Darrell Hunt.
Poor Boobie Clark. That it was Darrell Hunt. Regardless, they're backed up against the goal line.
Ray Guy's average 51.3 in 8 punts. Angelo Fields on the crutches on the sideline. Houston with the ball, their own 9-yard line. Yeah. And Bradshaw, you saw that is Terry's younger brother. Stabler has completed 60% of his passes, 9 of 15. As time in the coverage, an excellent reception by Mike Barber. And Barber goes to the 43-yard line. He had to sort out the defenders, circle behind them, and the play covered 34 yards.
That's the confidence that Stabler has in the passing game because the linebacker was all over Barber, but the linebacker had his back. Look at the time he has to throw. The linebacker has his back to the receiver, and it's underthrown. and he comes back and makes the reception. Bob Nelson was the linebacker, and he was right there with Barber all the way. And we have somebody down on the field once again.
Burgess Owens, the free safety of the Oakland Raiders.
Look at this. Linebackers there. As a matter of fact, Nelson overran the ball. Barber coming up because he was looking back at Stabler. He could see it all the way. The linebacker had his back to the line of scrimmage. In that case, the receiver definitely has the advantage.
Mike Barber was a bit upset when about the 4th game in the season that Houston traded for Dave Casper. He went right to Bum Phillips. He said, "Are you trying to tell me something?" And Mike Barber ended up having the best year of his career.
Charlie, you said he was a bit upset. I think he pounded the door down. He didn't wait for
ball at their own 42-yard line, first down. 3:17 and counting. Time remaining, third quarter. Here's Earl Campbell. 3 yards to the 45, 2nd and 7.
Playing the run all the way. They had about 8 men up on that line of scrimmage that time looking to stop Earl Campbell and force Stabler in the situation where 2nd long he'll have to throw the football. But even at that, he picks up, what, 3 yards on the play.
Reggie Kinlaw and Mike Davis make the tackle. Carl Roaches is now in as a wide receiver. Wilson has come out. Campbell is the remaining back. So Renfro, Roaches, Casper, and Barber are the receivers. 2nd and 7. Lester, he's in trouble. It is sacked. That is the 4th sack for the Oakland Raiders, and it was Mike Davis who got it.
And you take a look, they've had 4 sacks. 3 of the sacks have been by defensive backs. 2 by Lester Hayes, 1 now by Davis, the other one by Elvin Buffet.
No. Let me just make it. The other one by Dave Brown.
That's right.
Yeah. Just want to make that correction. That is as many times as this man has been sacked in one ball game this year. Boy, that's a big play. Takes it back to the 33, loss of 12.
Elvin Buffet sacked. Oh, man, hey, that's a trick.
I wanted to get that one. I knew you'd like that. 3rd and 19. Pulled down by Mike Barber. 44-yard line. Gain of 11. So it will be 4th down. And still around 8 to go as Otis McKinney makes the tackle. This is the crowd reacting to the defense of the Oakland Raiders.
Charlie, we talked about the big play of the Oakland Raiders, and we aren't always talking about the offense. Because the defense has come up with some big plays in this ball game today.
Parsley's kick to Keith Moody.
He nailed that one.
Goes into the end zone, through the end zone, a punt of 56 yards. So Parsley, he has been watching Ray Guy at work. An excellent punt by Cliff Parsley. So Oakland will have the ball on their own 20-yard line, first down, with 1:23 left to go in the 3rd quarter, and we have had no scoring in the 2nd half.
Houston has had an opportunity. Stabler intercepted by Lester Hayes in the end zone. It looked like that Houston definitely was get an opportunity to get some points. It would be a chip shot for Tony First if they had an opportunity to kick the field goal if they didn't get the touchdown.
You look at the statistics and you look at what is happening, and you figure that Houston is winning, and yet Oakland is out in front. I mean, it has a strange feel to this ball game. That's why they call it the wild card, because that's what it has been. Gain of a yard by Arthur Whittington.
I get the feeling that something is going to happen.
Yeah.
Something's going to explode out there, and we're going to have a big play by one of the 2 teams.
Yes, at any moment. And it may be looking too far ahead. We still have a minute to go here in all of the 4th quarter. But overtime is not beyond a possibility. 2nd and 9. 2nd back through. Whittington to the 23. It'll be 3rd down and 7. Elvin Bethea makes the tackle. And now Plunkett will throw deep.
That's right. He's trying to establish a running game, get something going. Wasn't able to do that. Now he's going to be in a situation where he's going to have to throw the ball or draw or screen, which is the passing situation. Houston knows that. They're making changes, bringing in some additional people, including Jack Tatum, the leading interceptor for the Houston Oilers. He's in the ball game.
Right. He had 7 during the regular season. That is the high in his career. Kenny King is back into that offensive backfield, 3rd down and 7. He's an excellent receiver. Chandler shows motion, both backs Going deep to Branch. He has it, 45-yard line of Houston. Cliff Branch. 32 yards on the play. And with that play, the third quarter comes to a close. The score is Oakland 10 and Houston 7. And we'll be right back after these messages from your local station.
You see what he's wearing?
Super Bowl ring.
That's what they're looking for. Both teams out there want to be wearing one of those things after about, what, 5 weeks? 4 or 5 weeks?
January 25th. Report on Burgess Owens. Cut out. Could be back. 44-yard line of Houston. Oakland is the ball first down. We open the fourth period. Play out. Good fake by Plunkett. Going deep. He's open. Has the touchdown. Raiders. Arthur Whittington. 44 yards.
Play pass to Whittington. Credit that offensive line of protection. Van Egan stays back. An excellent throw by Plunkett. Right on the money. He beat Darrell Hunt, number 50, the linebacker, into the end zone for a touchdown.
An 80-yard drive in 4 plays. And it took a minute and a half.
I credit the wide receiver. Branch did an excellent job of clearing out that area, providing man-to-man coverage on the running back by their linebacker, Hunt, number 50.
The extra point gives the Oakland Raiders a 10-point lead. 14:53 left. We'll be back with a kickoff.
Yeah, Charlie, the reason that it's man-to-man out there because Cliff Branch cleared out that area. You look down there, you have a linebacker on a back, and you do not see, until just Vernon Perry comes into the picture right there, a defensive back in that area. That's the great respect they have with Branch because when he takes off deep, they're going with him.
Fire kick shot. Taken at the 8-yard line by Ronnie Coleman. And Coleman returns to the 30-yard line, and there's a flag down on the return. Derek Jensen and Jeff Barnes make the tackle, but time and time again, on punting plays and on kickoff plays, we have seen flags down in this ballgame.
And generally, it's against the receiving team. Here it is, holding. The one thing, as I say, you do not want to do, you don't take a chance. Particularly when you're going to get the ball in good field position, don't jeopardize your team and take a chance of getting you back, and that's what they're going to do right now. They're on the 25-yard line. Looks like where the officials are starting. So here it's back to the 16-yard line. Now they got 84 yards to go.
Holding on the run back, number 45. First down.
Holding on Tim Wilson. So the Oilers will come out Troy. They have Billy Johnson and Mike Renfro in as wide receivers. Casper Barber in as the tight end. Rob Carpenter is the remaining back. Pressure. And it is Mike Davis, the strong safety. 5th sack for the Raiders, and 4 of the 5 have now come from men in the secondary.
Mike Davis has had 2. Lester Hayes has had 2 quarterback sacks, and I'm sure Houston did not expect that. If they did, they didn't have anybody back there to pick up Davis because you're going to see him coming in right now.
Normally, it's a linebacker that comes on a blitz, and the halfback looks for him. If he comes, he stays in, or the blocking back. They don't necessarily look for a cornerback to come.
No, you don't, because your responsibility a lot of times if you're a running back in a passing situation, is a linebacker, you locate that linebacker first. If he comes, you block him. If he doesn't, then you go out in the pass pattern.
Carpenter has a yard, and that is all. Ted Hendricks has him, and Rod Martin joins him.
Now just think back to the last 2 plays. On the kickoff, a penalty. Takes them back to the 16-yard line. Going back to pass, they had the blitz on. The safety man comes and nails the quarterback. Now they're down back to what? About the 7. he comes, you block him. If he doesn't, then you go out in the pass pattern.
Carpenter has a yard, and that is all. Ted Hendricks has him, and Rod Martin joins him.
Now just think back to the last 2 plays. On the kickoff, a penalty. Takes him back to the 16-yard line. Going back to pass, they had the blitz on. The safety man comes and nails the quarterback. Now they're down back to what? About the 7.5, 8-yard line. And it's a 3rd down situation, 18 yards to go. Not a very good situation to be in, but do not count the snake out. He's been there before.
Carl Roaches comes in. Johnson comes out as a wide receiver. The blitz again, a double blitz. They almost get him for a safety. He gets the pass off, but barely. And a flag goes down.
And that is right on the 25-yard line.
That would mean defensive holding and an automatic 1st down.
Stabler avoids it here. They had the blitz on. Browning, 73, gets a hand on it, but he overruns it. He throws the ball, but he gets nailed as he throws it. Hendricks hits him. All he was trying to do is get rid of the football to avoid that loss back there.
And Ted Hendricks is 6'7", 225 pounds.
Holding. Defense, number 23. First down.
Holding on Otis McKinney. Now, any defensive foul with 5 exceptions carry the 1st down. That's offsides, encroachment, delay of game, illegal substitution, excessive timeouts. All of the defensive fouls carry a 1st down. That is the reason it is a 1st down at the 13-yard line.
They've got a 1st down now. They started on the 16. They're back on about the 14-yard line.
And Earl Campbell is in, and he carries. And he goes out to the 17. He has 4, so it'll be 2nd down and 6.
Burgess Owens coming back in the ball game, Charlie.
And that is good news. He was out with a cut eye. Lots of time remaining. 13 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in the 4th. Earl Campbell, 86 yards rushing, 23 carries. Boy, they have shut him down in 23 carries. Not a lot of yardage. Usually he has around 155, 160.
Well, Oakland has done an outstanding job against the running game all year long. They've had problems against the pass. Morton with Denver put, 461 yards he threw for Denver against the Oakland Raiders.
20-yard line. Matuzak and Kenlaw make the tackle. It'll be 3rd down, still around 3.
Now you're taking a look at what Earl Campbell is looking at, looking for a hole, looking for an opening. He sees it right there, he feels, but it's closed in a hurry. The big John Matuzak, 72, is in there to make or help on the stop.
Now Ronnie Coleman comes in, Wilson comes out. The Raiders will have 4 down linemen as Willie Jones and Cedric Hardman come in, 5 in the secondary. Oakland is looking for the pass. Campbell, the remaining back. Snake throws, far side receiver slipped and fell. Mike Renfro slipped when he made his cut. He had no chance.
We've seen it several times today on this field where the receivers or the players have slipped. They had good pressure on Stabler once again. He had to get rid of that ball really before he wanted to. Keeping Earl Campbell in to help block, but you can see the pressure coming. He knows he has to get rid of the ball because he's nailed right there by number 53, Rod Martin. If he'd have waited any longer, he'd have been sacked.
Cliff Parsley to kick. Keith Moody is set for the return. Aaron Matthews, normally the punt returner for the Raiders, out with a knee injury. Will not return. He'll just leave it alone. Just inside the 35-yard line. Hollywood Henderson down very quickly. The kick covered 45 yards. We have 11 minutes and 54 seconds left to go. Oakland has the football, and they lead by 154. If the Oilers are to get back in the ball game, they have to do it now, and their defense has to do it.
The defense got to do the job of stopping Oakland right now. You can only say it for so long, well, there's so much time remaining. They're down 10 points.
Kenny King gets the call. He'll lose a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 11. Robert Brazile and Greg Bingham make the tackle.
The defense of Houston knows they've got to stop them. On the other hand, Oakland knows they're looking at that clock also. 11:35 and counting down. If they can get they don't have to score now. They get a few first downs, occupy some of that time, punt it away, and put them in bad, field position where they've got to go a long way. What they do not want to do, Oakland does not want to do, they don't want to give Houston anything. If Houston gets anything, they're going to have to earn it.
2nd and 11.
pass.
Play action. Tip. Incomplete. Chester, the intended receiver, Vernon Perry. Oh, and he was open, too.
Vernon Perry read that play very well and got a hand up, and it's a good thing he did because Raymond Chester was open. And you can see the blocking back there, Upshaw coming up there, good protection. But right there, you can see that Perry got a hand on it and knocked it up in the air. It's fortunate, really, for Oakland. The ball didn't bounce high enough because you saw back there once again was a Houston defensive man. He could have come up with the interception.
3rd down and 11. Tatum now in the secondary for the Oilers. 5 men in the secondary. Plunkett has completed 7 of 21. Whittington, sweep right. And he is wrapped up at the 40-yard line, maybe the 41. It'll be 4th down as Vernon Perry got him. And Ray Guy will be kicking again.
Houston defense did the job, and they did the job on 1st down. They stopped Oakland on 1st down. I think they had a 2nd 8 situation after the 1st down, forcing Plunkett to go to a play pass, and that didn't work, so now it's a 3rd down situation. Oakland did not want to take a chance, I'm sure, of putting that ball up in the air and throwing an interception. As I said before, Oakland's feeling right now, if Houston is going to get anything, let them earn it. Don't give it to them.
Roaches is set for the return, and Ray Guy has been the most valuable player for the Raiders in this game. He sails a beauty that hangs forever. 10-yard line, 15, flag is down, 20, 30, just outside the 30. There was not a flag, I'm sorry. I saw a yellow mark on the sideline, and it wasn't a flag. You know what that is? It's a crowd microphone down there. And Ray Guy makes the tackle. That punt covered 50 yards with a 20-yard return.
Carl Roaches has been doing an outstanding job today on returns. He escaped some lightning down there on that play to pick up 20 yards. You take a look at Ray Guy, who was a safety in college. He knows what it's all about to tackle people.
So Houston has the football on their own 31. Just over 10 minutes left. We'll be back. The different thing is watch the people in the stands when he comes up. They pretend he's not there.
That's rather difficult to do, too.
Houston now from their own 31-yard line.
He's going to pass.
Campbell can throw it.
But where?
Out of bounds. He has completed 1 of 2 during the regular season, and that was for a touchdown, but this one was to Renfro. I will say one thing, that when Earl winds up to throw, he does take a long time to throw. Osteen had the cover.
Here it is. He shows pass real soon and just wound. They didn't say don't make any difference whether it looks pretty or not, Earl. Just get it out there. But he's going to have to understand that when you do throw it out of bounds, whether you catch it or not, it's no good.
That pass that we talked about that he completed during the regular season was to Billy White. Hughes Johnson covered 57 yards for a score. 2nd and 10. The Raiders now will go with 4 down linemen, 5 in the secondary. Roaches and Renfro are the receivers. Campbell, the remaining back.
There's the way you throw it.
And there's the way you defend it. Lester Hayes. Excellent coverage. Perfect coverage.
What a day he's having. He's had 2 quarterback sacks, and for a cornerback, that's virtually unheard of. You don't have that in the whole season. But here you got Renfro going up top, man-to-man coverage. 37 Lester Hayes with Renfro makes an excellent play right there. He turned his head around, didn't lose sight of the fact of where the receiver is, located the football and knocked it away.
And don't forget also, he had the interception in the end zone.
He has the stick of that glue all over his head here, as well as the rest of his body.
Rob Carpenter in the backfield. It is 3rd down and 10. Flags are down. Pass is incomplete at the 45-yard line. Renfro is claiming pass interference. Lester Hayes had the coverage, but a flag was dropped back at the 30 on the far side of the field.
Well, I know that Oakland jumped. The defensive lineman jumped. I don't know whether they got back or not. May not have. Might have been Willie Jones. Here it is.
That is very close to pass interference. Remember on a pass interference call that the defender has an equal opportunity to the football as does the receiver. But you can't go through the man. He almost went through.
Offside, defense, the left side of the defensive line, 3rd down.
And that was Willie Jones who was the left side of the defensive 36-yard line. Pressure again. Sack number 6, and Willie Jones got it. 6 sacks for the Oakland Raiders. That is the most that Saber has been sacked in any game this year.
They were putting the heat on. Jones got through him, but Cedric Hartman was also in there, so was Ted Hendricks. Matuzak taking an inside rush. The outside, both Hartman and Jones. Jones coming up with the sack. But there were 3 Oakland Raiders right around Kenny Stabler that time. That's pressure. There's no way out for Stabler. He couldn't go forward, sideways, or any place.
Partially the kick now to Keith Mooney. Not that good a kick. But it does take a good roll. For the Houston Oilers, goes to the 25-yard line. So Oakland will take over on their own 25-yard line. That punt covering 47 yards. The Raiders have a first down, and we have 9:17 left to go. And that is John Matuzak. It's taking us to commercial. We'll be back in a moment. Okay, John. Been shut down in the second half.
Well, they surely have 81 yards of total offense in the second half. And what is more important, they have not scored any points.
Oakland from their own 25. Play action on first down.
Getting back over Van Eagle.
45-yard line, 46-yard line, upended by Mike Reinfeldt.
Good call by Oakland. I thought that was an excellent call because they hadn't been getting anything on first down. They decided to go with a play action pass. Houston, on the other hand, knows that they have to stop him. Van Eagle is hobbling off the field, but here's a play action pass. Van Eagle is waiting there, just hanging around. Then he goes over the line of scrimmage, just dumps it off because the linebackers are flying back. The tackle is going to come up and be made by number 37, Mike Reinfeldt. He caught him right in the thigh. That looks like the problem for Van Eagle right now. But that's a good call by Oakland.
Van Eagle is on the sideline. They're working on him. A gain of 21 on the play.
Look at that speed.
Kenny King around the corner, first down, 40. Touchdown is saved by number 37, Mike Reinfeldt. Out of bounds at the 27-yard line. A gain of 27 yards.
Whittington going into the ballgame, as you can see right now, but watch the speed. He goes looking to the inside now. He puts it on right now, and he outruns. Wilson, number 33, goes to the sideline. Right now, it's 37. Mike Reinfeldt is there. If he hadn't been there, they'd put 4 points on the board. Taking a look at ground level, what it looks like down there where all the action is taking place. But the speed of King is getting a dimension to the Oakland Raiders that they haven't had for a long time, or if they've ever had.
Report on Van Eagle and Charlie Horse. He can come back. 27-yard line, first down. No gain by Arthur Whittington as he is dropped by Robert Brazil, Darrell Hunt, and Elvin Bethune. It'll be second down and 10.
All right, Oakland is in good position right now. 8 minutes, 10 seconds in the ball game. Counting down. They're in field goal range, I would think, for Barr. Second down situation. They're eating up that clock. I look for them to keep the ball on the ground.
Second and 10, 27-yard line of the Oilers.
Like I said, the thing to do is show it up front.
He's open in the end zone. Incomplete. A flag is down. Flag drops the 11-yard line. Chandler, the intended receiver, and he was open. And a marker was dropped the 11. It'll be pass interference, a gift. The Houston Oilers.
Yes, number 33 is J.C. Wilson out there, and I think what it was kind of a stop and go, or making him look like it was going to be a sideline move, and one up top was wide open.
Pass interference, defense, number 33, first down.
Here it is, Bob Chandler coming down. He's going to the outside, and he just lets him run. He was expecting him, if the coverage was man-to-man, he was expecting him to run a sideline pattern or a shorter pattern, and he ran right by him. And the thing to do is to try to grab him to save a touchdown.
And that's what he did, and he made contact, and the flag dropped. 11-yard line, first down. Chandler in motion. Whittington. And Whittington is buried at the 10. It'll go for a gain of 1. It'll be second down and 9. Check of the clock shows 7:37 and counting. Time remaining. This drive could well wrap it up for the Oakland Raiders.
Listen, this is the big drive right now, you know, because it's right now. They're up by 10 points. 3 points, very, very big. Because that would force Houston to score 2 touchdowns to go ahead. But if they get a touchdown, it could be 16 or 17-point lead. It would be almost insurmountable with 7 minutes remaining in this football game. For Houston, they got to dig in right now.
Bucket to throw. In zone, incomplete. He had pressure. Everybody was covered. He was just throwing it away. Chandler was there. Perry had the cover.
You ought to throw it a little higher then, because when you start throwing that ball in the middle, down there by the end zone, you're always going to have some defensive players around there, either a linebacker or defensive back. And if you're not really throwing it to your man for a score, you better just throw it way over everybody's head.
Chris Barr, who is hit early in the ballgame from 47 yards away.
Van Egan back in the ballgame. He's all right. That's good news for Oakland.
3rd down and 9. Branch is in the slot left. 3rd sack for the Houston Oilers. Bingham got him this time.
Did he ever get him? He flew through there, and Plunkett didn't even have an opportunity to get set and get turned around before Bingham nailed him.
A loss of 10 on the play.
Taking a look at it right here, right up through the middle, and he's going down because he knew he did not have a chance. Whenever you get pressure, if you're quarterback pressure straight at you, it is really difficult to avoid. If you get it from the outside, you can always step up. But that time Bingham was there. That's a big sack. Takes him 10 yards back in this attempt for a field goal.
An attempt of 37 yards. It is good from 37 yards away. And the Raiders now lead the Oilers by 13. 20-7 with 6:25 left to go. On New Year's Day, be sure to be with us. First, it's Michigan and Washington, the granddaddy of them all, the Rose Bowl. And then it's the game that could determine #1, the Orange Bowl between Florida State and Oklahoma. Left to go in the twilight of the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. Could well be the twilight of the season for the Houston Oilers.
Bear in mind, though, Houston has outscored their opponents 108-66 points in the 4th period.
Coleman on the kickoff return. Reverses, and reverses into trouble.
Edwards.
Rich Martini and Derek Ramsey team up as we pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network.
This is KCRA-TV, Channel 3, Sacramento.
This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson, 6:13 left to go in the AFC wild card game. Bum Phillips, the head coach of the Oilers, trailing by 13. Houston at their own 12-yard line. First down.
They're going to be putting the heat on Stabler now. They've been doing it all day, and they're not going to stop now.
Pass is incomplete. Casper, but it was behind him. Be sure to stay following football with us for a special 2-hour chip that will be seen in its entirety. We're going to slide the network tonight. That means that when the football game is over, then you will be able to see chips from the beginning to the end. On the West Coast and most Mountain Time Zone stations, chips will be seen at its regular time. Second down and 10.
Tough situation for Houston because you'll take a look at those defensive linemen. Look at them. They're down. They're ready to fly. They have one thought in mind. That's get to Stabler, and they do.
And they do. There's the 7th sack for the Oakland Raiders. Listen to the crowd react to the Ted Hendricks sack.
What a great year he's had, Charlie. 12th year. I say he's done so many things. He has made so many things happen. He creates fumbles. He blocks kicks. He blitzes. Does an outstanding job at that. Pass coverage. Just, as they say, he can do it all.
7 sacks, 65 yards in losses.
They're going to go after him again, I bet you.
Far side, incomplete.
See what that pressure does? See what that pressure does? A lot of times they don't even get to you, but you get the pressure and you got to get rid of it before you want to. And I see a yellow flag there.
Yes. Otis McKinney had the coverage, and you're right. The receivers simply do not have time to get into their pattern.
Ball start, offense, left tackle.
That is on Conway Heyman. It'll be refused. It'll be 4th down and 19. Now let's go back to that pressure that Lynn Dawson was talking about.
He's keeping the backs in to help block as he's in the end zone, but still look at the players coming. Their arms are up. He knows he can't afford to 2-point loss down there.
Did I miscount? I must have. They have it 3rd down.
They just changed it on the scoreboard. Charlie, I'd say this is it for Houston.
Pressure is there again. Interception, Lester Hayes.
He'll score.
Lester Hayes. Touchdown. That's it. 20 yards on the interception return.
Kenny knows he needs to go deep to get the 18 yards. He puts that ball up there. He hangs it too long. Look at that 37. Lester Hayes was in great position to come up with the interception. And along the sidelines, there is no one to touch him. He's in for a touchdown.
Willie Jones, go ahead.
Was looking to go to Renfro, running an out move, but he had excellent position. Defensively had excellent position on Renfro. Renfro really never got him turned around. And the reason he did because they had 18 yards to go, so he'd let him catch it in front of him all day long.
Willie Jones and Ted Hendricks were putting the pressure on Ken Stable. Sellout crowd here, and they are still here. The leader and those that trail. Extra point. It's good. 27-7. Oakland leading with 5:29 left.
Defensively, Oakland has done a tremendous job on this Houston team. This Houston team that has the running of Earl Campbell, who gained almost 2,000 yards with 1,934 yards during the season. The defensive backs have done a tremendous job for Oakland. They have 4 sacks by the defensive backs. 2 by Davis, the safety, and 2 by that man, Lester Hayes. Not only that, but Lester Hayes came up with that big interception.
Lester Hayes with 2 interceptions and the touchdown. And the reason the miscount on the down was on that false start penalty. You cannot refuse it. It's automatic because it's called and they had the down go over. That was the reason for it.
Vernon Perry also coming up with a big interception in the end zone. Lester Hayes had some kind of game.
Oh, he really had. Ronnie Coleman and Carl Roaches are set for the kickoff return. Chris Farr boots it away. Ronnie Coleman. 20, 25, 30, 32-yard line. Houston from their own 32, first down. Morris Bradshaw making the tackle for the Raiders. Oilers trailing by 20. 3 touchdowns in 5:19. Maybe an impossibility.
It is not an impossibility, but, you know, in order to get the third one, you have to get the first one first. And they got to do it in a hurry. That's where they're at a disadvantage because of speed. Got great tight end for the running game, but they don't have a Kenny Burrow that can get out there with the great speed to break it open.
Pass is incomplete and a flag goes down. Monty Jackson has the coverage on Mike Barber.
I think they're going to call it on Monty Jackson. The only one there. They have to call it on him.
Pass interference, first down. Houston at their own 43-yard line.
To break for Houston, not only get the first down, but they stopped the clock. It only took 5 seconds for that play.
5 minutes and 14 seconds left. Penalty covering 11 yards. Stabler to throw. Drops it off. Underneath the coverage to Rob Carpenter, who slipped at the 47-yard line. He has 4. It'll be second down 6. Ted Hendricks was there just to tap him down.
Disadvantage for Houston. They're accustomed to playing on the carpet. That would not happen. The ground slide out from under your feet.
Time running out on the Houston Oilers.
Local knowledge, I guess in golf they say local knowledge of the course.
Yes.
Well, it helps here in Oakland also.
Rich Castor's in as a receiver, along with Carl Rocha. That is Dave Casper. Otis McKinney was there for the Raiders, 45-yard line of Oakland.
That was a good throw by Stabler. You could see that Casper was trying to get out of bounds. Wasn't able to. Stabler took a hit on that last play and went to the turf, and he's slow getting up.
First down at the Raiders 45. 4:07 and counting. Time remaining. Pass is complete to Renfro. Fumbles it. It is picked up by the Oakland Raiders. It is, guess who? Lester Hayes. Hayes reverses. He wants to use up the clock. No, they're going to bring it back. They blew the whistle. They said the play was dead at the 24-yard line. The Oilers will retain possession of the football. Burgess Owens is the man who made the hit.
This is a good throw by Stabler because he had to drill it in there between about 2 or 3 defensive players and over the head of Hendricks to Renfro, making the stop. And hey, that's very close, Charlie. He was up in the air.
I think that's the first call the officials have missed in this ball game.
He was. Take a look at that. He was up in the air.
He lost possession in the air. You're right.
He's got possession of it right now, so it hit a catch. He is hit right there. The headgear goes in and knocks that ball loose. And it's up in the air. He didn't hit the ground before the ball was lost.
And a flag is down on this play. That last play covered 21 yards.
Kevin Smith is incomplete.
So we'll sort out the flags. Clock is stopped now with 3:27 left to go. Offsides against the Raiders. Lynn Shapiro and Bill Breslin have been our spotters. Ted Reinholz assisting Joe Costanza, NBC statistician. Thank you, gentlemen, for an outstanding job. 3:27 left. Here's the call. Offside, like we said. Okay, 19-yard line. It will be first down and 5. Stabler needs a touchdown right now. Pass is low, but caught by Mike Barber. Down the sideline, fighting his way. Barber fights his way to the 1-yard line.
Does that tell you something about that man's character and how much he wants to play? He's not giving up by any means. A great effort not only to get out of bounds, but he got the ball all the way down inside the 5-yard line. It's a low throw. He makes an excellent catch. Look at this catch. Now he's got to get turned around. He slips a little bit also, maintains his balance, gets that hand down to maintain balance, and then goes as far as he possibly can, running right over Lester Hayes, knocking him out of the way.
Burgess Owens bumped him out of bounds, so Mike Barber goes to the 1-yard line, where it's first and goal to go. 3:18 left.
Barber is really a great competitor. You're right, they need to score. They need to get it in there right now.
Campbell. No, it was not Campbell. Campbell. It was Tim Wilson.
But it was also Willie Jones did a great job. I talked about down here near the goal line, the thing you have to do defensively is get penetration to disrupt things in the backfield. That time it was accomplished by Willie Jones.
Oakland Raider player shaken up. Otis McKinney is the injured player.
See it taking a look right now. You see number 90? He is about 2 yards deep and makes the hit. The turf back there, and look at the grass flying around. The turf is real soft down there. The footing is terrible. Therefore, you shouldn't go sideways. You should go straight ahead.
Number 90 is Willie Jones. This is Otis McKinney, who is being assisted off the field. It was the first carry for Tim Wilson. The ball is at the 4-yard line. It's second down goal to go. Just over 3 minutes left to go in the ball game. It is Oakland 27 and Houston 7.
What has to happen? They got to get a touchdown. They've got to get the ball back. And getting the ball back, they will undoubtedly try an onside kick. They need 3 touchdowns.
Caster in motion. Earl Campbell. They stand him up at about the 2-yard line. It'll be third down and goal to go. Lester Hayes was there, along with Rod Martin.
Giving the ball to Earl Campbell is a good thing. Down here, you're taking a look at 87, Dave Casper, blocking on Martin, and it's an excellent job. He was taking him any way that he possibly could. Earl Campbell cut to the outside, and that's the way that Martin went, and he helped make the tackle.
Matt Millen finally got there to help stop him. Third down, goal to go. Campbell slips and he makes the cut at the 4. It will be fourth down and goal to go. Burgess Owens was there to cover him when Campbell slipped.
And I'm sure that Snake now will put the ball in the air. 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go. They're down by 20 points.
And we've got a timeout, the 2-minute warning to both pitchers. 27-7. We'll be back in a moment.
If you're shopping for a new car, it's smart to talk to an Allstate agent before you buy.
Before I buy? Why?
Some cars get a break on insurance at Allstate.
Oh, we'll be right back.
Let's face it, all cars aren't built the same. At Allstate, some cost less to insure.
Buy one of these, and we'll pass the savings on to you. Up to 35% less than comprehensive.
35%?
We'll be right back.
Different rates for different cars. You're in good hands with Allstate.
That's a promise for me, Judy Davis.
At $50.96, Dodge Colt sticker price beats all these subcompact hatchbacks. Every Volkswagen, every Datsun, every Honda, every Toyota. And Colt's mileage is almost unbelievable, thanks to the advanced technology of Mitsubishi's MCA jet engine. In this class, Colt's estimated MPG beats every gasoline VW, including Rabbit, every Datsun, every Honda, every Toyota. Dodge Colt, high mileage, low price, and front-wheel drive.
Now make your best deal on all new Dodge imports. Then get $350 to $680 direct from Chrysler on top of it.
This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson, with 2 minutes to go in the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. The Raiders lead by 20 points. It is fourth down and goal to go for the Houston Oilers at the Oakland Raider 4-yard line.
They still have Earl Campbell in the game. You know, Earl is at a disadvantage, I believe, with this soft turf because he is so strong in his legs. He has such great drive that he just digs up the turf.
Play action.
Putting it up for grabs.
Incomplete. The Oakland Raiders hold. Osteen knocked it away, and Mike Davis was also there.
He was looking for Barber, the tight end. He was well covered, but Kenny just put that ball up the air and hoped on this play. Taking the ball to Earl Campbell. Here it is, pressure is coming by Martin. He just throws the ball up in the air. There are 2 defenders over there. He was looking at Barber, number 86, was in the area, but he was just hoping 1 or 2 things, that Barber come up with a great catch, or perhaps there would be interference. I was talking about Earl Campbell. He's so strong in his leg. When you get soft turf like this, and he starts digging in, he's going to dig up the turf. That's where he has an advantage, I think, on synthetic turf.
Oakland now from their own 4-yard line. 1 minute and 54 seconds away from winning the wild card game. Mark Van Egan, he'll pick up a yard. Houston will take a timeout to stop the clock. And this gives us time to remind you that the executive producer of NBC Sports is Don Omeyer, and our coordinating producer for football is Ted Nathanson. The telecast of today's game has been produced by George Finkel and directed by Ted Nathanson. Technical director is Wayne McDonald. Associate director Richard Klein. And associate producer Michael Hadley.
And they've done an excellent job here with the telecast today.
They certainly have. So right now, it will be on Saturday on NBC, Buffalo at San Diego. On Sunday, it will be Oakland at Cleveland. And Bum Phillips will be watching at home on television. Nice man.
Yeah, he's a great man. An outstanding coach. And Tom Flores on the right, along with Steve Ortmeyer with the Oakland Raiders. Flores quietly has done a tremendous job, I think.
He really was. Not many people remember he was your backup quarterback when you won the Super Bowl.
He wears a Super Bowl ring, and you mentioned that Kansas City beat Oakland here for the championship the year that Kansas City won it, and Flores was on that team. So he knows that a wild card team or a team that didn't win the division can go all the way.
It's a first down for the Oakland Raiders.
I asked him before the game, I said, well, are you going to give a pep talk to your players? See that Mike Barber there expresses what they feel, but Flores says, yes, I'm going in and played with them, tell them I have a big mortgage and I need to pay for it.
1:13 and counting, time remaining. Mark Van Egan, as the Raiders will be content just to run out the clock. Again, as I was mentioning a moment ago, but we can be more specific as far as times are concerned. On Saturday on NBC, 3:30 Eastern Time. Starting, of course, with NFL 80 and host Brian Gumbel, it'll be the Buffalo Bills against the San Diego Chargers. And then at noon Eastern Time, next Sunday, the Oakland Raiders will go to Cypreville, the Cleveland Browns.
Those are two great games next weekend.
Dave Castro.
There's a good formation because you see the man way to the right back there. He is there for one purpose. If there is a fumble, he is there to either make the fumble recovery or make the tackle. It's
15
all over.
seconds, and the crowd will take us to the countdown.